Hi. So let's talk about the purse thing. So you say, as far as purses go, the bigger, the better, the sexier. Um, I disagree. I don't like purses. I'm one of the only girls that I know that I hang out with like regularly that doesn't own a purse. I know of one other person that's like really sporty and stuff and doesn't carry a purse at all. Sometimes she carries a backpack or whatever. But for me, I have tried to be a purse person. When I first came back into the country, when I was out of the country, I would read. I had this little addiction for a while, for like 9 months, where all I was doing was just like constantly buying magazines, like all the American magazines, because I wasn't here. So it was, I guess, probably me trying to get at something familiar, something that I could relate to, something that I understood. And so many things were changing. Life was still going on without me there, and I would see things, snippets of things, just in the magazines that the culture I didn't understand anymore because it had just gone on without me being there. So that's why I would read every single one of these magazines. I bought them all. Every single one. And I would read them backwards to forwards to make them last longer. And I would take an hour per magazine. And one of the things I started noticing was that everybody had these purses, and everybody had the same purses. And there was one in particular that I liked that was like a hobo bag style, and it had like the handles attached, sort of like um, snakeskin looking or something like that. I was obsessed with that bag, and that website bag borrow steal or whatever. I wanted to join that so I could just use that bag and whatever. Anyway, so that never happened because when I got back into the country, my life changed a whole lot. So many things happened, and bags weren't really on my mind. But I bought bags. Like I went to some stores and bought some purses, and I remember buying like four, like right away at one store, um, and then I bought one from a swap mart, like right away when I first got here. Um, and yeah, I couldn't find stuff that I knew was in the purse. And that was really annoying. That's like really frustrating. And they would get dirty, and little dust and dirt and debris would collect in the bottom, and makeup would melt, in there, and you just started stuffing it so much with so much crap that it was just like, it's just kind of disgusting to even put your hand in there. That those are the kind of things that, and especially the opening was like so awkward that you really couldn't get in there. Like you couldn't. It's always so dark in there. You can't see what's going on. It's frustrating more than it. Look at me. I'm getting frustrated just thinking about it because I just don't like them. I tried. I tried. Before that, what did I have? Like Yvonne doesn't know this, but Lorena, you know that before I came back into the country, I used to carry my stuff around in a trash bag. And that sounds really weird saying it out loud now, but at the time, it did not occur to me that that was unusual, strange or unusual. I'm reminding myself of Beetlejuice right now. I myself am a little strange and unusual. Um, that girl says, Winona Ryder's character says, yeah, it did, I was sort of living out of my car. That's a whole another story for a little while. And I always seem to be leaving like in a split second. So when it occurred to me that I needed to leave, I would just just get all my stuff, the stuff that I thought I might need and the stuff that was the most important to me, and I would just put it into a big black trash bag. Then I would take these trash bags and put them in my car, and I would go. And I think that's where it came from. I think that's when it all started. Why I did that? Probably because in the moments I wasn't thinking. Because I think about it now and I'm like, well, I had suitcases because I was traveling all over the freaking world, right? Like I owned sets, like suitcase sets. don't know why I didn't just. I guess because when you get into the suitcase, you gotta like open it, find it, then you gotta open it up, and got all these little sections. You're supposed to like fold stuff. It wasn't about that. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah. I don't know. I would, because it was in a hurry, and I don't know. I don't know. It's not like you can find anything in a trash bag either. I mean, it's dark just like the purse. But at least it's like big enough you can like move stuff around. And nothing's like sectioned off or anything. It's all in one compartment. You can throw it all out, get what you need, and throw it all back in. I don't know. It made sense. It made sense. The trash bag made sense. Hefty. And then when they get old, you can toss them out and replace it with a fresh one. And isn't that like a great feeling? I don't know. I don't know. That's what I did. So in my car, I had like, and I'm in my car, regardless of any situation, I always seem to carry like everything with me because from my job, I worked farther than almost anybody else from where I worked. So when we had time to go home and get things done or whatever, or if we needed something on the spot at work that we didn't bring in the morning, sometimes they would let us go and get it, but for me that kind of wasn't really a possibility because it would take too long to get there and come back. So I tended at the time to like just bring everything with me and just have it all there available for me in the car. Like my house was my car. And I felt comforted because I never had to stress out or worry because it was there, I guess that added to it. But so then it spilled over into my real life when I had this job where a portion of the day I would be like traveling to different cities, and I had sometimes I would have some downtime. So like I started reading, and I needed something to carry all this stuff in. So I don't know, I put it in another trash bag. And then I would take this trash bag with me in the car, and I would go and do like whatever I needed to do. And when I had my downtime, I would sit in the car and I would read these magazines. And I would, just move stuff around in this black bag and take out I don't know. That's what I did. And I carried around. So then, my boss saw me one time when I had to drive him somewhere. We're like walking out to the vehicle, and I'm, in my hand, I've got this, you twist it, and it's like half to three quarters full, and I'm carrying out the trash. But I mean, I'm thinking to myself now how I must look, but at the time I didn't nothing. I mean, it was so normal to me, and I'm just carrying it. He's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "What's my? I don't. It's my." I told him what was in it. It's my stuff. He's like, "Oh my God, we gotta get you hooked up. We gotta get you squared away. We gotta get you like a bag or something like that." I was like, "Oh no, this is fine. Like, well, I already have a bag." And he sort of chuckled to himself, and I guess it's funny because he could have said all kinds of stuff to me, or he actually could have made me not use it, not allowed me to use it, but I guess he kind of probably chuckled to himself, just that I totally didn't get it, that to me it was completely on a non-issue. But oh, that was weird. Yeah, so I took that trash bag with me everywhere, and I filled it with all kind of an array of things, magazines, and I don't remember what was in it, but I remember there was a lot of stuff in it, and I remember definitely there was magazines and there was books. Um, yeah. So I'm not very fond of purses. So yeah, I transitioned from the trash bag to the purses. A couple years later when I came back into the country because there was like all these purses and everybody was carrying a purse, and the bigger the better. Like now I'm just like overwhelmed by purses. I'm like, why does everybody need a purse? Like like, and they get excited over them, and they're so ugly. Like it's rare that I see a purse that I'm like, that's a good looking purse. Like mostly like they're all so hideous and ugly, and I'm like, and they're so proud of them, and they're like, oh, my bag is this brand and that brand, and I'm like, but it's ugly. And I don't know. I just don't understand it. And then I think of the money, and I'm like, wow, I could like buy a plane ticket somewhere for the price of that bag, and the bag is ugly on top of it, and you can't find it's not even useful. That's what it is. It's not even useful. It's a bother. And then you gotta bring it all around with you. You gotta lug it around. It's like having a child. Like, I gotta keep track of this thing. I can't set it down because somebody might take it. It's all this important stuff. I'm coming. I've got all this important stuff in there that I gotta keep an eye on, and I can't just set it down and like look at merchandise when I'm in a store. When I did have it, I would set it down and I would leave it, like I just don't like it. And then the problem is that girls' clothes doesn't really have room for like a wallet. So like a man, and even if it does, like you got, it's so tight. You can't just put it in there. So what else is left? The bra. You can put it in your bra and like no one will notice. Mostly, but so I carry like one little one little square thing, and it has my phone and my cards and my money. Everything is in. I'll show it to you. So Target had a sale earlier today, and I got like the rest of. It's a 5-piece set, but I actually only got 4. Well, I got 3 pieces today because I already had the 1 piece earlier. Um, I went back and got more. But this used to be what I would carry. This was it, and my keys attached on the keyring in the back. That's it. I'm putting my camera's in here now, but um, that's it. I'm not carrying anything bigger than that. So now I transition to this one. It has all my crap in there, and my phone goes in here. And my iPhone fits even with the bumper around it. Like I stretched it because it's leather, And sometimes I put my like if I'm wearing like a lipstick or chapstick, I'll put that in there. This is it. I'm not going any bigger than that. I'm not gonna carry a purse. You gotta keep track of it. And sometimes even that, like I'll set it down and then I forget about it. Like I don't like carrying stuff. A man doesn't have to carry around a big old piece of luggage every time he wants to step out of the house. Why should I? Like, because it's a bother, right? Who would do that? Who? Only a stupid woman trying to keep up with stupid trends and keep up with each other. And I don't. It's not. I don't like it. The biggest thing that I'll carry is my backpack. But my backpack is like my friend. My backpack is like my pet. I've had it for 11 years. It's ergonomically designed. It's the best investment I ever made. I will show it to you, even though you've probably seen it. Like, I want to get another one because I just love it so much, and I travel with it. This actually is, like, I joke with my mom, like, or anybody who has a purse, and like we're going somewhere, I'm like, oh, here, put my wallet in your luggage. Put this in your luggage too, and take my camera. And how about my keys? Like, can you hold on? Because like, hey, you don't mind carrying on that stupid thing, then carry my stuff in there too, because I know you got room. Whoever it is, I asked them to do that for me. Because it's even annoying for me to carry what I carry. But my backpack, I carry my backpack. I love my backpack. It slides right underneath the airplane seat, so it's paid for itself 11 times over. I love it. This is the biggest thing I'll carry, and I carry it to go to the Pilates studio, I carry it to school, and I carry it to travel. And that's about as close as I get to a purse. Even that Lululemon bag, I used it when I was in the fashion show, but I don't really take it to the Pilates studio because I don't know. I guess it's kind of a bother to have something like going in between your boobs and stuff like that. Like, who likes that? Like, like that's not cool. And the other option you have is to hold in the handles, and like that's becoming too much like a purse for me. So I take it if I'm traveling somewhere like day trip or something like that. I'll use it like that. But I don't know. It's just I try it and I just can't. I have this other crossbody like satchel that I do use sometimes. Like if I'm going to school and I only need like a notebook and a pen, then I can throw my iPhone in there and like that's it. Like I'll use that one. I'll show you that one. I like that one too. Here we go. I love this bag. It's just like a little faux leather bag. It's a crossbody. It's got a bunch of compartments in there. And I'll take this if it's gonna stay empty like this, and I'm gonna put like a notebook and paper and a pen and a folder, and like that's it. Then yeah, I'll carry it. But other than that,